Hello everybody, Forrest Montes here. I've been asked for EDC tests or urban tests, something like that, about this Kalahari Bushman 2 made by Bark River company, make these knives. And okay, let's start it. About this video, you can see some food preparation at home, and you can see my things like the board slicing, these rope slicing and these things, and some final conclusion include the thinking about the knife with that we had that outside test, I mean in the forest. So I'll try to put all this information into this video. Let's go for it. So the onion with Kalahari Bushman. First thing, when I went through the whole onion, then the grind isn't really as a kitchen knife, so it was kind of wedge a bit, not too much, but still I felt it. That's why I showed you the half. It wasn't clean cut, the thing. Second thing is, of course, when I slice, it won't go in that way, so I have to turn it a little bit or twist it a little bit like inside, and then it is nice. What's next is the belly is kind of weird for it, so you need to use this one. But if I go to side, and I finish my slice, I'm finishing somewhere like that. So if that onion was in that size as it was this one, then I didn't finish the full cut. So I have to do it really with this belly all the way in this way. So I mean the blade is short, and if there will be a little bit more belly here for better slicing this one, that will be better, I think. Otherwise it can do this one. So generally, of course, you can use it in a kitchen for let's say apple splitting. I'll find out, maybe apple, probably we'll see. For the onion, it works. Of course, this 4mm thick spine with the relatively high secondary bevel, definitely for the kitchen knife, but for general use this is great. So if this is like a wood carving tool, and kitchen knife also. This is some kind of something between. So good, not the best definitely, but good. Celeriac. I need about that part. That's what I need for today's lunch. Standard as I expected. So all these vegetables will be mixed up. So I just need pieces like this one about. Maybe a bit smaller. So anyway, you can see how this knife works. This one will be better. So leek and the Bark River Kalahari Bushman 2. Again, you want to go to the right side, just like this one. So I have to keep it on position more and twist the blade to this way. So definitely not the best knife for this kind of work, but I'll put it into some conclusion finally. But just to compare, I got here Voyager, you want to go, you want to twist to that side as well, so I will use it more. If I use full length, it slices better, but because the convex and relatively thick secondary bevel, I said relatively, so there is a problem with this twisting. Also, what's the problem here is this one. So for this one, it slices better, but because of this one, I would limited space for what I can slice or where I can slice, just like that. So it doesn't matter how long the blade is. Okay, and I'll try real kitchen knife for few bucks. Wow. So definitely the best of them, because I can use full length of slice. This sheep foot helps with that. I can hold it like this one, so this one is definitely the best for the job. That's why it's proposed here. I can go really down and use it just like I would say cleaver, as I said, like this one. Okay, so that was the bar cleaver and lead. Now chicken breast, and a little comparing with as I did, I think, outside in forest with Williamson large despot. As you can see here, the Williamson has just slightly longer handle, blade, 1 centimeter, maybe even less. That's nothing, but you can see the significantly different kind of blade. I mean the shape. So we'll see. Much better, much better. The belly, generally the blade shape is better for this one. I believe it's something about the thin behind the edge helps. There is a bone. So really I have to work on it before. Well, for the kitchen knife, as a kitchen knife, this one is better choice. So you saw the food prep video with this knife. Now carry on. It isn't sharpened yet. It is still the same edge. So just for you to know. Start with this rope, easy. As I said, this is 1.5 millimeter. A relatively strong cordage or rope, easy. That was really nothing. So I will double it. And I got 2 of them. Just held them in the wrong way. So, and now 4. Easy. Okay, I believe this is 6 millimeters. I put 4 more, 1.5 millimeters, so we got 6 millimeter thick kind of rope or cordage for one slice. I don't think we need to do something else. This is the belt, which I use normally for that. It was good. Now, so let's try this one again. We got those 3 pet line, and now we got 2 for one slice. Okay, nice for that. Now we've got, okay, I'll go across these grains. Because the blade is under 4 inches, I mean the real edge. That's good. If I follow these. Just try. Nice. CPM 3B, so I don't expect something really bad. So about the knife, see, it slices nicely all these things which you can use. Let's say some box opening like this one, like that, or in this way. Great, no problems with that, no issue. It was very easy, very simple test of these because CPM 3B. Okay, about the knife generally. As we know, the spine is nicely sharp for fire rod, and it helps with the width of blade. So when you throw the sparks, it pushes the sparks towards you want, not like for example, Bark River Mini Aurora, which is in half size, about in width, and the sparks goes around. You'll see on the video when I will do it. That's a good thing. About the blade shape, generally, it's short. On many things I want to do, it looks like a chef's knife or knife suitable for a kitchen. But to be honest, when I did the test in a kitchen, as I said, when I tried to prepare some vegetable and these things, well, it doesn't work as I really want, and not because the knife is bad or something like that, but the relatively thick blade, relatively. Of course, when I get a kitchen knife reel, you can see in the comparing, especially with the blue one, that is thin blade and it slices like hell the vegetable, not this one. But the bigger problem is the shortness of the blade. The real edge is really short, and that's why I put this knife more into the like forest area. I mean a side knife for another big chopper. Sorry, moment. So this video was a little bit skipped for a couple of days. I didn't expect that. So carry on with this final conclusion with the Bark River Kalahari Bushman 2. So as I said, I decided to carry this knife more as a side knife for something bigger. And as I said, I mean chopper, but it doesn't mean really to be a chopper. Some longer blade, which doesn't need to be really meant as a chopper, like, so let's say ESEE 16 or Top Silent Hero, let's say, these knives, because they are pretty long than this one. So for light chopping and batoning this, and this will be just for fun task or as a backup knife. But definitely, if we are talking about axe, machete, about the cookery, was, let's say, about another choppers, and now I really mean choppers. So some bigger and heavy knives, like it could be T1, Topps T1 tracker, because it is short relatively, but definitely much more heavier. So definitely a chopper and longer and heavy blades. So this could be better for me than to use this knife in a kitchen. As I said, it is just because the short blade, or short edge actually. What I like is that throwing sparrow, you can debark with the really sharp corners here, which is helpful. You probably can't use it really in a kitchen, as I said. You can use it for slice, of course, in kitchen when you prepare your bacon or sausages or these things. But for long slices, which you might need, sorry, in a kitchen, this is not good. And there, if I think, okay, I want to have more general carving knife, and it will be definitely used at least, let's say, 50% in a kitchen, field kitchen, or at home, doesn't matter. I would go rather with this Wilhelmsen Despot large version, not the short one, because that in that way I wouldn't help myself, because that short version is something like this one. This is about 1 centimeter longer, as I said, but it is not only about the longer real edge. This is about 1 centimeter something. You say, well, that's nothing, but we lose the real edge, the cutting edge, too fast. So you really use in a kitchen, let's say, that amount of the edge, which is 3 inches. Here you can use something like this one, so about 4 inches. So it's not how the real edge is long, but the edge you use. Because imagine, and that is subject of my next video, when you use long slices, you probably won't do these when you really use this whole blade or whole edge to use it, because it's really uncomfortable for your wrist. You rather use it in this way. And then we go to this knife, because I use really I said higher or bigger amount of the edge, something like this one. For the carving it is good, but here, in the other hand, if I do some, let's say, I did a tri-stick, and okay, you need to do something, you need to stick the tip there and do little carving movements, then this is fine, this is excellent. So that's why I said, if I got some broad blade chopper and that thing, okay, I use it for that. And this is a really nice side knife for that. 200 grams, I believe, or 190 grams, I can't remember now. And this is pretty close, same weight, but 8 was 8, as I said. So these two knives are really, they can, say that, you can swap them, go for the kitchen, as I said, these things. Wow, I'll go this one. I'm going more to forest. I go this one. And stay somewhere like that. As I did a light chopping, as you remember, in forest, this one was even is light and short and these things, okay, but it's better chopper than this one. It is simply like that, I don't know why. I made the sheets for each of those, so see that is about, so even the length of the sheets now there should be in line, so as you can see here, it's not really much longer sheet, but 1 centimeter. So everybody can do this even if the Williamson Despot has Kydex sheet, as I remember. I won't spoil about this one. So you can buy generally these two knives for one of these. Okay, that's something what you should think about also. But CPM 3V is CPM 3V. Okay, that's it. So the pluses minuses. Plus is CPM 3V, nicely tough blade. It could be short, as I said. What's it? I didn't put it in good way. Now, the good way is also short because you can EDC it and that. In the other hand, it could be minus because you lose simply some few centimeters, 1, 2, 3 centimeters of edge, or something like this, 1.5 centimeters, something like that. Okay, the thickness, I like it, and we got the full thickness, which with the CPM 3V, you can abuse it in some way, of course, definitely, that's great. I trust this knife, I mean, how tough is more than this, to this, even this is 5 millimeters, this is 4, I believe, only 4, yeah, this is only 4, but I trust this CPM 3V, as I said, in full thickness here, just this one. Okay, the handling, this is really nice. It's like the kitchen knife, as I said. You can handle it in this way. Even sometimes I go the loop here, I can stick my pinky here and I can do like choppings and this, and it works. It works for the weight, as I said, and size. Definitely it can do something like that. So it's comfy, but as I said many times, Bark River does a nice job to the micarta. They polished nicely, but that nicely they slip. Unfortunately, that's why I put the tape here, not because I don't like it or it is, wrong measuring for my size, let's say. No, it's because it is slip, so maybe I can take sandpaper and make it a little bit rough, but okay, not here. G10, and there is a texture. And also, as I mentioned in forest, this area, as you can see in this area, so I can feel when I grab this knife, it won't probably, okay, it turns a little bit, but it is because the thickness of these, generally the handle, because this one, okay, we can see here, this is much thicker, of course, so nice in that size, but in the other hand, it is thinner here, so you can some way feel its rotation, not that much, especially with the tape here. Without the tape, with just little bit wet hands from rain or from your sweaty or something, maybe you skinned some animal, so you got a kind of a little blood on your hand, and I said really little, then that could be wrong. And so that was the plus. The plus could be the tip, and the minus, it could be the tip, because as I said, you lose because the blade is short, you lose your really useful edge, as I said, simply edge you can still use, because you probably won't, as I said, you probably won't use this part of the blade. I don't say you never use it, I mean in a regular slicing, That's what I mean. Of course, if you use specialty, then that's a different story. But for regular slicing, you probably won't go that far. You want to do another slice, probably. And something, because as I said, the minuses. The blade is short, as I said, the real edge is short, but this space is huge. Look. So I can't. I don't understand why they didn't put some, well, let's say 1 centimeter, so 10 millimeters, or 0.6 about, no, 0.4 of an inch blade here, because you still have some space definitely here, and you get 10 millimeters of real edge you can really use, because you could be really close to your edge and you can use it really close to your finger, so here. And that's something what I miss. So I would sacrifice more this space and add 10 millimeters here, so that the real edge will be over close to 11 centimeters, maybe 10.8, 9, something like this one. But you get real edge, useful edge, for the same money, because you got still the same steel. As I said, the knife will be generally in the same size, so there is nothing, and weight will be maybe plus 5 grams, so nothing really like that. So I don't understand if they really want to make, okay, I want to make a blade under 4 inches. Okay, fine, but so what? Why? I don't need some fashion, so we got 4 inches and over 4 inches. And under 4 inches, it's 10 centimeters, a little bit under 4. So I think it's 3.85 or something like this one. So under 4 inches. And what is under that, that's usually a folder. Well, not really. It's not really true. Thanks to this knife, for example, because I believe this is 9.5 centimeters. So, okay, so that's minus. And I won't forget price. Oh, guys, as I said, 2 knives, 2 Ds for 1 Ds, and this one has, in my eyes, crappy leather sheath, and this one has useful kydex sheath with tech lock. So, woo, nice boost to that. So I don't know. I rather buy this knife without the sheath for better price. So it's very expensive for that. Is less than 4 inches real edge. So that's minus. And of course, I said the minus. This is supposed to be a green micarta, and it is kind of brown or something like that. But that's a different story. So if everything will be fine, does the knife worth the money? Probably not. Because it's too expensive for the size. You can buy another CPM 3V knives. I don't want to promote another companies. For example, Cold Steel is making Hunter, how do you call it, hunting knife? Hunter, something like Master Hunter, something like that, made of CPM 3V for half price. Okay, but there is a Creighton handle. You go to micarta, but that was a great sheath. Yeah, it will be hard to decide. Of course, someone said, "Oh, but this is nice." But I had my story, especially to this knife. This knife also, I did some modifications, and because yes, I still can see these imperfections here. So it's hard to say, "Oh, this is a handmade knife," and these things. So I don't think this knife worth the money. Because for the money, now upcoming ESEE 4 made of S35VN steel, $50. I checked the price yesterday. $50, maybe $70 cheaper, made of, as I said, CPM 3V with great sheath, and S35VN, as I said, great sheath, and G10 handles, contoured handles. As I said, minus $70 than this one. I forget that because that's new for me. But if I would choose one of those 2 knives, especially today, well, CPM 3V, because if that was $10.95, then okay, that's out of the story. But if I should compare, and the knife is in my plan, and I will buy it, and when I buy it, I will do comparing, and I believe for the price, the SE4 absolutely beat this knife, because it's more expensive and all things simply. Okay. Anyway, stay safe there, and I hope to see you in my next video, which will be about, I believe, about EDC, best EDC blade shape generally, and it will upcoming very, very soon. Have a nice time. Bye.